This is how I looked after 122 hours of no food plus a workout. What's going on, everyone? It's Ricardo, aka Championship Fit, aka Mr. Put 'em on a shirt for people that know me in the gym. But welcome to my channel. I'm a certified strength and conditioning coach as well as a forever athlete. In today's video, I'm going to take you through my journey of my 5-day fast, meaning 5 days, no food, anything but just water. Now, I did put a little salt in the water so I wouldn't dehydrate because I did work out and I don't want to die. But besides that, salt doesn't count as food. So, yeah, 5 days, no food. All right. Now, this is not me telling anyone to fast. I wouldn't do that. It took me, I think, I've been doing it for over 2 years. And for this fast, I was mentally preparing for the past couple months, but I prepared for the past 2 weeks with numbers, everything else I was supposed to do. It's not something you just go out on a limb and say, I'm going to fast, because I saw a guy on YouTube fast. Talk to your doctor, do your research, and understand why you want to fast. Everybody has different reasons. In this video, I'm not going to talk about why I fasted. I'm just going to show you my journey through my fast, how it affected my body, my blood pressure, blood sugar, my mind, from hunger to how my body felt, my strength, from weights, sprints, speed, things like that. I'm just showing you what I went through. Not telling you to do it at all. So if you decide to do it, make sure you do your research prior and make sure that you cover your bases. Because it can be dangerous if you just decide to say, I'm not going to eat. Yeah, it's not a smart thing to do. It's not a smart thing to do at all. All right, but let's get to the intro.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice.
All right, first let's start with blood sugar, because that's where everyone first goes. You have to eat or your blood sugar's going to drop. That's what they say, right? For me, it didn't happen. It dropped initially, but still not something that I'd have to go to the doctor for. And then it dropped towards the end of the fast. By then, I knew it was time to end the fast. I was hungry. Well, let me say, I don't know about hungry. I felt it. I knew it was about that time to end the fast. Like, my blood sugar was, as you can see, it was the lowest it had been. So it was about that time for me to end the fast. As in 24, 48, even 72 hours, I had no issues with blood sugar. It was actually stable. So initially, if you fast, it doesn't mean that your blood sugar is going to drop. At least it didn't for me. If you have any blood sugar issues, like I said, before you do any of this stuff, talk to your doctor. And speaking of day 5, that's when I had, I felt the worst. But as you can tell from the prior, my blood sugar was low. I wasn't feeling it. That was a day to break it. It was over. Matter of fact, right after I broke the fast on day 5, I felt really, really tired too. So I believe it's because all the energy I was using to just keep my body up, I decided to use it for digestion because I wasn't digesting anything. But as soon as I put food in my system, it's like my body was like, oh shoot, we barely have anything. So at least that's what I'm thinking, I just felt really tired after I ate for the first time. It wasn't necessarily the best food. I went to Olive Garden, had the soup, and then from there I had some salad and yeah, it wasn't bad food. Now, from my research prior, it says that blood pressure is supposed to drop. I thought it would drop drastically or something, but for me, not so much. It was slightly surprising. For anybody that says anything, my blood pressure tends to be a little higher. It's been since I was a little kid. I go to a doctor, they'd be like, oh, you have white coat syndrome. I think that's what they call it. They say that whenever I go to the hospital and they get my blood pressure a little bit higher, not to the point where it's ridiculous, but it's just a little bit higher than it should be. And they're like, oh, do you work out? They're like, yeah, I work out a little bit. And they're like, oh, well, you just must have white coat syndrome. But whenever I eat healthy, it tends to drop down. I've been playing with it for years. As long as I do what I'm supposed to do, my blood pressure isn't high. But I thought this would drop it down lower than it did. But as you can see from the numbers, it's not super low. It is lower. It did get lower, and then it got back up. As you can see, I'm just going to continue to do what I'm doing. I'm not taking any medication. I'm not going into the doctor to be like, hey, can you give me some medication for blood pressure? Nah, I'm straight on that. I'm going to make sure that I do everything else prior so I don't have to get on medication. But it's not too bad right now. I'm getting into hunger. Everyone's afraid of hunger. No one wants to be hangry. And that's one of the reasons I actually started getting into it. But like I said, I'm not going to talk about why I got into fasting in this video. It's going to be for a later video. Right now, I'm just going to talk about what happened through this 5-day fast. For my hunger, it wasn't that bad. I'm lying. It got bad around day 2 and day 3-ish, right before day 3. I almost gave it up. I'm not about to lie. I almost was like, man, I'm too lean for this, man. My body fat percentage is too low. My body's fighting it. I don't need to fast for no 5 days, man. I can just fast for 2 days. Mind you, my longest fast before was a 3-day fast. That was last New Year's. But yeah, then I decided, like, man, I gotta finish this. Yeah, man, finish it. If you don't feel like you're dying, might as well finish it. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna give up, but dang, I felt like giving up. Because I was hungry. At one point I got hungry, but I just really wanted to eat. Day 1 I was good. Day 2 I wanted to eat, and I got kind of hungry. Day 2 leading to day 3, I was like, man, I just want to eat. You're driving around, you see all these food places, and you want to eat. Day 3, it got good. Hunger went away after day 3. Day 3 and day 4 were A1. Okay. Day 5, it hit me again. But at the same time, as you can see, it was time to end that fast by that time. So I knew I was gonna get something to eat that day. Now, things I did to keep my mind right, especially, being hungry and things like that, I meditated. I did meditation a few times a day. Meditation, it kind of helps you get your mind right, get your thoughts in order, get better control over your body. There's a few books that you can look at meditation. I'm not gonna really get into that. But just know that that's one of the things that I did that really helped me, just staying focused and busy. I just stayed focused and busy. I was at work or had other things I had to do, so it kept me from thinking about food or having to eat, staying busy. And I knew I had something to do, and I was like, man, I gotta go. I'm trying to do this 5-day fast for these reasons. So I'm gonna make it happen. Now let's get into how I felt, not mentally, but my body. Because that's a little different. It's a little different how your body feels than how your mind feels. Let's get a little history on that. It was Christmas break, so you're going to eat. And I ate a good amount of food. My weight fluctuated a little bit more, a little bit heavier than usual. I know I usually walk around 193 to 195. But around that time, I ended up being closer to 200, I think. Because when I eat decently healthy, I'm around 193, 195. When I eat good, which I know I mean good like bad, I'm like 200, around there, 200, 205. It just depends, and I don't like being like that around that weight because I tend to feel a little sluggish, so on and so forth. It depends on what you eat. Now, everybody's different. For me, I like the weight around 190, 195. Yeah, so around that time, I got back, and then the day before, I started the fast. I'm okay, you know what? I'm going to be smart about it. Let me start taking off carbs, because I know that carbs are always going to be the biggest thing, like sugar, so my body's going to want to crave it. So let me take a day off and minimize those. Well, I did. I woke up a little lighter, but then I ate food. And I ate my favorite food, one of my favorite foods, pupusas. People from Honduras, my name's Ricardo, so pupusas, like, if you don't know what pupusas are, that's what pupusas are, and they're good to me, but I ate a good amount of them, and them things, yeah, they made me put on a little weight. It's more than likely water weight. Weight is so fickle, but yeah, it wasn't even the weight that was the issue, because I think my body was detoxing the next couple of days. Day 2-ish, I started getting, like, if you've ever had the flu, you know what I mean. I had the flu one time my whole life, and it was this past year. I had never got sick like that. I had got sick, and I was just feeling like trash. My body was aching and stuff like that, and I was like, what is wrong with me? And then I started feeling like really cold, and I was in the heat. But forget that. Just know that my body was aching, and it was more my forearms and my shins for whatever reason. Now, they say that it's because your body's detoxing, so it's breaking all the stuff down, or the detoxing. But after day 2, around day 3, after day 3's workout, I was good. So my body felt good. Now, when it comes to weight, it can be anything. You drink some more water, you weigh more. You drink less water, you weigh less. If you're dehydrated, so I like to use pre-workout, post-workout, and in the morning. Sometimes if you wake up in the morning, you feel dehydrated, you know you probably are dehydrated, and you drink a lot of water. So you're gonna hydrate yourself again. The day I woke up weighing 193, I felt like I was a little dehydrated that day. I know I didn't drink enough water. So I also use the InBody, which is a machine that tells you how much muscle you have, how much fat, so on and so forth. I was using that every single day to be consistent. And as you can see, the numbers didn't really change too much, none too crazy. My body fat percentage was pretty much consistent. Yes, it dropped on day 5. Everything just went crazy. As you can see, day 5, the body fat percentage was really low. That might have been another reason I was really tired. I don't know. Who knows? But besides that, as you can see from these pictures, my body was looking smaller. So the body comp, the weight, it measured out pretty much around the same. You can tell that I was smaller. I'm maybe still pretty lean, but nothing crazy to the point where I'm super skinny. I lost a lot of muscle, and I looked at the body composition. I didn't lose a crazy amount of muscle. Even lost, I think, a little more fat, which I don't know from where, but I lost some fat. This is how I looked after 122 hours of no food plus a workout. It's pretty lean, but for me, that wasn't my goal. I don't really care for that specifically, but you can tell that I still had some muscle. Speaking of workouts, now I kept my workouts pretty simple. I kept the exercises the same every single day. I did 3. It was 4 days of working out. 1 day was post fast. 3 days were during the fast. The first day was actually, doesn't really count as a fasted day, but it was a fasted day. I had ate earlier because I started my fast closer to the afternoon, and that's when I broke my fast middle of the afternoon, evening on the 5th day. So that gave me 122 to 124 hours of fast. So the same day that I started my fast, I had ate something. So my workout that day, as you can tell, the numbers are compared pretty well to the numbers from the day after I ate food. So it's pretty much around the same. I didn't lose too much. Didn't really gain anything either. So the purpose for me and my benefit was actually good. And according to some of the studies I was looking at, they say it could take up to a week for you to regain or see improvements after the fast from your body being in that depleted stage for a week. But I mean, also I've seen studies about talking about the growth hormone and everything that gets released. So who knows? I just know that I felt pretty good today. My workout was great. I felt like I could have kept going. So for my workout, I would do the power clean. I would do the squat, lunges, bench press, and muscle ups. I kept it very simple, around 80% of my max. So for power clean, I did 255. Squats, I did 365. Bench, I did 265. And lunges, I did 225. Now, the lunges might have been a little on the lighter side, but hey, it felt good. The weight wasn't, it is what it is. It was still 225 for lunges, and it moved smoothly, and it's the one I did the most reps on because it's 4 reps, 2 on each leg. So I didn't want to, mess with that number too much, But besides that, I felt good. The days I didn't feel good was, of course, the last day. I barely made it through that workout. On day 5, I took it slower. You have to be smart. So I wasn't going to be saying, okay, I'm going to go and do a max out, burnout workout. I did the low volume, moderate intensity, and I did that consistently. I wasn't sore at all. My body, I believe, I didn't really get inflammation for real. So I felt really good throughout the whole time. And what was surprising to me is the fact that I still had the strength. My sprints, same thing. What I did with my sprints were sets of 2. So I did 10, 20, and 30s. 1 to 3 minutes rest in between each one. 20, not too long a warm-up, 20, 30 minutes tops warm-up. The times pretty much comparative. Like you can see, it got slower towards the end, which is expected because you don't have any fuel. And then when I came back, it wasn't something like, oh my gosh, you fasted, now you're super slow. It's still compared to the day 1 when I first started. So it wasn't nothing too crazy. I mean, a little bit slower, maybe because my body's adjusting to it, but nothing to a point where I'm like, man, I'm way slower. Nah, it's still right there. Different things, like today was a little colder. Well, actually way colder than it was that other day when I first did the first workout. So that could play a role in it, but it wasn't nothing to a point where it's 95% less. So the fast didn't affect me to the point where I'm saying, hey, I'm very weak or slow. And then speaking of weakness, I wasn't weak at all. Even on day 5, I didn't feel like doing it. I just didn't want to move the weight. But when I decided and told myself, man, move this weight, bro. Go ahead, just move it. I got under it and moved it pretty well. As you can see, it's just, I almost gave up. No lie, I almost gave up. And it wasn't to a point where like, oh man, I'm feeling lightheaded, I'm gonna give up. It was more like, I just don't feel like doing this right now, man. I just wanna go, call it, and go eat. But some in me won't let me do it. Some in me just won't let me do it. But yeah, I decided to just fight through it. Took me longer to do it for sure. But I fought through it and I finished it, and it went smoothly. The weight moved smoothly. Afterwards, I was happy. I was happy I got it done, and I felt good. I felt good that I got it done. And then first thing I did was, when I got to the car, I ate some pumpkin seeds. That's the first thing. That's how I broke my fast. And then from there, I went to go grab something to eat. And y'all know my first meal, little Olive Garden. And yeah, and then from there, as days went on, I started, buying different foods. Like today, I ate some oatmeal earlier, and I had some flaxseed, some ground flaxseed with it. Trying to make sure my blood pressure stays down. I know that works for me when I'm consistent with it. That and beets. So my overall experience was great. Accomplished what I needed or what I really wanted to. And for the ones asking, oh, what was that? Y'all gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait until I drop the next video. Stay tuned, because I'm just gonna tell y'all later what the reasons were and the benefits of it for me specifically. But if that's not your thing, stay tuned still, because performance, health, muscle building, weight loss, all that stuff is gonna be on this channel. Just stay tuned and locked in, because I'm gonna be dropping knowledge on all that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you have any questions, drop them down below. Besides that, it's big things 2020. 2020 is your year, my year, all our years. If you want to make it your year, Lego.
All my life, look, all my life, been grinding all my life, sacrifice.